So this is kind of an update video on my previous video that I've made where I was complaining a lot, and you know, since then a few things have changed, which is good. I want to just say that I do not want to sound like a spoiled kid, and I do feel like I sounded exactly like that because I was complaining about a lot of things that I probably shouldn't be really complaining about. Because there's two sides to most things, I did not choose to look at the good side of things, but I rather did the opposite, which I kind of regret. But I was kind of feeling emotional in a sense, and I was kind of feeling down because of the whole situation. And I do think that in a way it's understandable where I was coming from. Like, at the end of the day, I came from a place where I was like picking oranges from a tree and then bringing them home and then making a juice out of it, and it was just a completely different environment to where I am. And yeah, I said that I used to live here, but at the same time we get used to different things, we get used to better things. And for example, when I used to be in Spain, the apartment was so nice, the balcony that we had was so nice, we had a pool. Obviously it wasn't a private pool, it was a shared pool, but at the same time there was still a pool there. You went out to the balcony, you looked outside, you saw palm trees, you saw those videos of me going outside, running, going on walks on the beach almost on a daily basis. And all of these things were very sort of important to me because I loved doing these things. I loved being outside, I loved the weather, so of course it was difficult for me to let go of that. For me, that was so fulfilling. Even though I didn't have like a lot of money, I just loved that kind of life that I was living over there. But the kind of difficulty that I have is that I have to be a little bit more realistic about the kind of life that I eventually want to live. If I really want to live that lifestyle, I feel like I'd have to make the sacrifice of being here and make money, and then eventually trying to build my life up to a point where I'm gonna be able to actually live wherever I choose to live. But yes, it doesn't give me the right to complain about my current situation at the same time, because there's good in everything. And I think I forgot to see the good when I came here because how drastic that change was. And I do want to say a massive thank you to everyone reaching out in the comments or even privately. I got a lot of positive messages to like keep my chin up and, you know, just keep going and stay strong, and I really appreciate that. Like, you don't know how much it actually meant to me at that point. And yeah, I had to force myself to look at the positives, but at the same time, like, it's all about perspective. And in a way, it's not me being delusional, but I just like have to choose the positive side of things, and I have to choose to pay attention to that instead of the opposite. There's a lot of positives to this, which as I said, I didn't mention in the previous video. I'm not going to start going over it because I can actually have a whole list of the positive things that have happened, or the fact that this place is actually similar. I didn't have to start over completely, you know, like credit cards and like stuff like that, you know. I didn't have to deal with that because I already had that as I was living here previously. These are just a couple of things, but there's a lot more that I wasn't sort of focusing on, which are also very positive. The reason also why I was kind of upset was because of the work and job situation that I've said in the previous video. Thankfully that has been solved, but the uncertainty was kind of killing me from the inside, you know, because even now I'm kind of on the edge, you know, when it comes to financials. You know, being uncertain about getting that job that you wanted to get and you were kind of promised to get, and all of a sudden things become uncertain. That was just something very challenging to sort of think about or to deal with. And so it took almost 3 weeks for me to get back, but I'm back, so that's the important part of it. I'm earning money, so it's good. I'm surrounded with familiar faces, which is also very positive. I don't think I was ever this happy about me working, but right now I am, so that's a good thing. Other than that, my days were kind of, I wasn't doing extraordinary stuff. Like, most of the days I woke up early, I went for a run, then I went to the gym. So obviously I went shopping, but I was trying to save money on not taking public transport. So what I did was, like, I walked walk. But even now, like when the weather allows it, I'm still trying to walk as much as possible to different places and do my shopping like that instead of like taking the bus, for example. You know, this moment in time, for me, every little counts. So even these small things that seem very small now, they can actually add up. So this also kind of helps me. The weather, you know, I'm getting used to it. It's not something I will fully get used to, but thankfully we did have some sunny days. I was able to also get a bike, which is super great. You know, like I was able to then cycle all the way to Hoth and back, and then I tried to enjoy myself. I tried to enjoy nature, which helps me a lot, makes me quite happy actually. So another good thing is that I do feel better almost every day. Things have started to align. Things are going in a direction which is very positive, and that sort of empowers me. That gives me a lot of faith in what's to come. So every day is a little bit easier in that sense. And again, a massive thank you to everyone that left me a positive comment or texted me privately, you know, saying some encouraging stuff. It was very good to see and hear and read. So yeah, a massive thank you, and hopefully it's just up from here. Thank you everyone for watching my previous video and watching this video. If you really want to help me out, if you'd subscribe to the channel, or if you would maybe have a look at my Instagram page, that would help me out a lot. But that's it for now, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon, and I keep you guys updated on what is actually going on in my life.